Elaine là tố cáo mình khi nào? Elaine là nguyên đơn.
All rise. The Superior Court of the State of California is now in session with Judge Tannehill proceeding. The case of the Village of Sheeple versus Joey Wolfcar will now be heard.
Be seated. This is the case of the Village of Sheeple versus Joey Wolfcar. Village claims that Mr. Wolfcar has cried wolf when there is no wolf, which is a violation of Village Safety Ordinance Number 1. Before the trial begins, Mr. Wolfcar's attorney has to be heard on the question whether the village can enforce the ordinance under the U.S. Constitution and the Constitution of the State of California. You may proceed, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Village Safety Ordinance Number 1 makes it against the law to cry wolf when there is no wolf. Crying wolf means speaking, and the Constitution states that no law can be passed that limits freedom of speech. My client has right under the Constitution to say what he wants.
Do you wish to respond?
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, I do. All of our rights have limits, and freedom of speech is no exception. Village Safety Ordinance Number 1 limits speech only to protect the public good. The wolf is a danger to everyone. Every time someone cries wolf, it practically causes panic. Everyone is better off if no one cries wolf when there is no wolf. The ordinance is a good law, and it does not limit the kind of speech that the Constitution is meant to protect.
Your point is well taken, counsel. The court rules that the ordinance is constitutional and can be enforced. The limit speech only for the good of all. The trial will proceed. I will now hear opening statements.
Thank you, Your Honor. Members of the jury, the evidence you will hear in this case will show beyond any doubt that last summer the defendant, Joey Wolfcar, cried wolf when there was no wolf. We will show that each time this happened, and the villagers all came running to help fight the wolf and try to save the sheep. We will show that each time that this happened, the defendant laughed at the villagers every time that they came. Finally, the villagers became so confused and upset by the defendant's false alarms that no one knew what to do when the wolf really did come. The sheep were lost because Joey Wolfcar broke the law.
Attorney for the defense.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this case is really about revenge. Nobody thought about any ordinance or false cries of wolf until the villagers lost their sheep. Now, the mayor has angry voters on his hands who want to get even. The evidence will show that the villagers lost their sheep because they ignored Joey's call. Not because Joey cried wolf, there was no wolf.
Counsel for village, you may call your first witness.
I call Roscoe Lamb.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
You may be seated.
Please state your full name, your address, and your occupation.
My name is Roscoe Wilson Lamb. I live in the village and have had for several years the honor and privilege to serve as mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Are you acquainted with the defendant, Joey Wolfcar?
I certainly am. I've known him since he was a lad. Through the years, I've gone to know almost everyone in the village. Why, I've never known a finer group of people in...
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And are you familiar with the events of last summer, which brings us to this court today?
Why, naturally, as mayor for a wonderful village, of which, if I may say so, I am prouder than I can express. I make it my business to know what goes on.
Mr. Mayor, was there a wolf alarm last July?
Yes, there was.
Tell us what happened, please.
I had just cut the room to the new village playground when I heard a voice crying, "Wolf, wolf," from the pasture over by the mountain.
What did you do then, Mr. Mayor?
Why, naturally, I did what every upstanding citizen of the village did. I dropped what I was doing and ran to the pasture to protect the sheep.
Do you know how many other people came?
I think everyone came. As I say, I've never known a finer group of people in.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And was the wolf near you when you got to the pasture?
I have to say I saw no wolf at all.
Did you look all around for the wolf?
I personally made a thorough inspection of the entire area. It is my duty as mayor to gather all the facts. Within 3 days, my written report was published in the Village Times.
Mr. Mayor, who cried wolf?
I am sad to say that it was the defendant, Joey Wolfhard, that gentleman sitting right over there.
Are you absolutely sure of that?
Absolutely. Joey has been the village shepherd ever since he graduated from the village school. That school is actually named for my grandmother, who was teaching there for over 40 years, but as a matter of modesty, we always call it.
Oh, please, Mr. Mayor, just answer a few more questions and we're done. Now, were there any other alarms last summer?
Oh yes, Joey cried wolf one Saturday early in August and again near the end of August.
What happened on those occasions?
Why, it was just the same as before. All of us in the village dropped what we were doing and ran to the pasture over by the mountains.
And did you see the wolf?
No, there was no wolf.
I have no further questions for this witness.
Attorney for the defense?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Lamb, do you know a lot about wolves?
I'm afraid I don't understand your question.
Do you know what a wolf looks like? What it sounds like? How it moves? Do you know its tracks when you see them?
Well,
Mr. Lamb, have you ever seen a wolf once in your whole life?
Well, I must say, since you put it that way, you see, I am a civic leader. My life is devoted to serving the people of the village. I suppose
You've never seen one, have you?
Objection! Counsel is bullying this witness.
Your Honor, the witness refuses to answer the question.
The witness will answer the question.
Well, no, I have never seen a wolf.
You would have been able to see a wolf the last time Joey sounded the alarm, wouldn't you?
Well,
Mr. Lamb, who started this case against Joey?
I suppose I did. I thought it was my duty as mayor to see the ordinance was enforced.
Why did you wait so long until after the sheep were lost?
Well, there were also complaints in the village. I felt like I had to do something.
I have no further questions.
You may step down. Counsel, you may call your next witness.
I call Felicity Agnes.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear that the evidence you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I do.
Miss Agnes, please state your full name, your address, and tell us how you are employed.
My name is Felicity Agnes. My husband and I have a farm at the edge of the village.
Miss Agnes, did you hear someone crying wolf last summer?
Yes, I did. It must have happened at least 3 times.
Tell us about the first time.
Well, I was down in the village listening to the mayor's speech at the new playground. When I heard the alarm, I ran to the pasture over by the mountains along with everyone else.
What did you find when you got there?
Well, that Joey Wolfcrier was there with the sheep. He was laughing his head off.
Did you hear him say anything?
He kept saying, "No wolf, no wolf," as if it was all a big joke.
And then what happened?
Well, I was really disgusted. I told that Joey Wolfcrier just what I thought of him, and then I left. I had work to do on the farm.
Thank you, Miss Agnes. I have no more questions.
Counsel?
Yes. Thank you, Your Honor. Miss Agnes, did you ask Joey why he cried wolf?
Well, no, I didn't. I mean, it was pretty obvious, wasn't it? He wanted to see us all come running. I never liked that boy, and I wasn't about to stand there and have him lie to me.
So you didn't ask him anything?
No, I didn't. Once the wolf took 3 chickens from my farm. All the squawking and the mess, I can tell you, it was awful. I know what happens when a wolf is around, though, right?
a wolf?
Yes, I have. On the farm, I saw his tracks and I heard him growl.
Why didn't you cry wolf?
The wolf already had the chickens. He was leaving by the time we got out into the barnyard.
Did you look for tracks when Joey cried wolf?
That was the mayor's job. He wouldn't let anyone else look.
No further questions.
You may step down.
I call the village blacksmith.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear that the evidence you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I do.
Please state your name.
My name is Terry Shearer. I am the village blacksmith, and when it comes to wolves, I am the master of hunt.
Mr. Sheriff, did you run up to the pasture when you heard the wolf alarm last summer?
I certainly did. I've been trying to get a crack at that wolf for a long time, but he's a tricky devil.
How many times did you hear the wolf alarm last summer?
Must have been 3. I ran up there every blasted time, but never got so much as a glimpse of the wolf.
Mr. Sheriff, have you ever seen a wolf?
Are you kidding? Why? If I had a nickel for every wolf I killed, I wouldn't have to work as a blacksmith, I can tell you that.
Did you see any signs of a wolf in the pasture by the mountains?
Up there where the kid called in the false alarms,
Objection! Your Honor, this witness is giving opinion, not fact. The jury should decide what happened.
Sustained. Mr. Shearer, just answer the questions.
Mr. Sheriff, did you see signs of a wolf when you near the sheep in the pasture?
the mayor wouldn't let me look. Said it was his job. Imagine it. The mayor couldn't tell a wolf from a jackrabbit. There could have been wolf tracks everywhere and he wouldn't have known it. Probably no one else would have known either, after everyone got done milling around all over the area.
Please just answer the questions I asked, Mr. Sheriff. Was anyone besides Joey Wolfcar around when you ran to the pasture?
No, just Joey. Like Miss Agnes said, he was laughing his head off. It made me plenty mad, I can tell you. I got a business to run after all. I can't spend all my time playing games.
No further questions.
Do you wish to cross-examine?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sheriff, these calls of wolf made you pretty angry, didn't they?
Angry? I guess I'm angry. That stinky little brat crying wolf all the time. Why someone ought to take him across their knee and beat some sense in the head.
What the job do you, Mr. Shearer?
Objection! Your Honor, these insults have nothing to do with the case.
Sustained. Either ask this witness proper questions or sit down.
My apologies to the court, Your Honor. Now, Mr. Shearer, tell us what you saw the second time you heard the alarm and ran up to the pasture.
It was the same as the first time. No wolf, just that punk kid laughing his head off.
Mr. Shearer, please refer to the defendant as Mr. Wolfcrier. Did you see wolf tracks?
No, of course not. I had a hot fire in the shop that I had to take care of before I went to the pasture. By the time I got there, everyone had walked all over the place just like the first time. Anyway, I told you, looking for tracks was the mayor's job.
Were you angry?
No, that's a fool's question. I was mad as a hornet. Still am. I'm pretty mad at the mayor, too. He bungled the whole business, in my opinion.
Well, what about the third time? Didn't you think you were being tricked before you even got to the pasture?
Objection! Counsel is putting words into the witness's mouth.
Overruled. Leading questions can be asked in cross-examination.
Didn't you just start yelling without trying to look around?
No, I mean, I was mad, but there might have been a wolf for that. The mayor was in everybody's way, and there was nothing I could do.
Weren't you so mad the fourth time that you didn't even go to the pasture?
Fourth time? No, I didn't go. Nobody did. The mayor told us not to listen anymore. That would have been my chance, too. Wouldn't I like to get my hands on that wolf?
I have no further questions.
You may step down.
Your Honor, we rest.
Counsel, you may call your first witness.
Your Honor, the village has made no case against Mr. Wolfcrier here. The defense moves for a direct verdict of acquittal.
Motion denied. Call your first witness.
Very well, Your Honor. I call Gerald Lupine.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear that the evidence you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please state your name and occupation.
My name is Jared Lupine. I'm the teacher at the village school.
How long have you taught at the school?
Oh dear, let me see now. Must be 20 years or so.
Mr. Lupine, was Joey a student of yours?
Oh yes.
Was he a good student?
He was always a very nice boy and a good student.
Do the students study wolf safety at school?
They certainly do. The school board has been doing all sorts of wolf safety training. Wolf awareness, wolf biology, biology, wolf literature, wolf law. We have a whole curriculum so the students will know what to do if a wolf is near.
Did you teach these units to Joey's class?
Yes, I did. I think Joy's class was the first to go through it.
Tell us about it, please.
Well, you know, I really had no idea how the students would take to all this wolf business. I did everything I could think of. One night, I even dressed up as a wolf just to help the children remember how important it was.
And did the students learn to tell when the wolf is near?
Oh yes, there's money from the state by videotapes and books, all sorts of things. We even have a life-size model of a wolf right in the classroom.
And did the students learn when to cry wolf and when not to?
Oh, that's very important. We study village ordinances every year. There are two of them. You know, one says you can't cry wolf if there's no wolf, and one says you have to report a wolf if you think there's one around. I remember that Joy was helpful in class with that part of it. He helped me make sure that all the students knew these ordinances by heart.
I have no further questions.
Questions, counsel?
Thank you, Your Honor. Just a few. Mr. Lupine, are the students tested on wolves?
They certainly are. Students just don't work as hard if they think to complete a test.
What sort of tests do you give?
Well, let's see. There's a reading test over Little Red Riding Hood and the 3 Little Pigs, a science test, and a social studies test that have questions about the village ordinances, and also we should have a post-it contest. The students get writing practice while doing their artwork, you know?
Are there any tests over how to recognize the wolf or what to do if you see the wolf?
Of course! We do that if we have to leave out some of the other things. There are only so many hours in a day. Sometimes we have to do regular schoolwork, you know?
I have no further questions.
Redirect.
Thank you. Mr. Lupine, did Joey do extra work for the wolf units?
Why, yes, he did. He brought in a record for the class listened to called The Sounds of a Hungry Wolf. It was really quite frightening. Joey always loved animals, you know? He thought it was just terrible that a wolf might attack the sheep. He would never miss a sheep by false alarms. If you ask me, if he says he saw a wolf, he saw a wolf.
Objection! This is another opinion, Your Honor.
Sustained. The jury will disregard Mr. Lupine's remarks. It was really quite frightening.
Thank you, Mr. Lupine.
You may step down.
I called Joey Wolf Crier.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear that the evidence you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please tell us your full name.
Joseph P. Wolfkire. I live in the village and I work as the village shepherd.
How long have you been a shepherd, Joey?
Ever since I finished school 3 years ago.
How did you get the job?
The mayor hired me.
Who was shepherd before you, Joey?
Oh, we didn't have one. The mayor told me it was a special new job that was really important. I think he wanted me at the village most of the time because people complained about my guitar playing.
Had you thought about being a shepherd before, Joey?
Nah. In school I wanted to be a guitar player, but you can't do that in a hick town like Sheepfold.
Did you get training for the job, Joey?
Just from the mayor. He asked if I knew about the ordinances and I repeated them word for word. That's easy.
Easy, Joey. You're on trial for crying wolf and there's no wolf. Did you do it?
No.
You mean there was a wolf?
I was scared to death every time.
Some of the villagers say you laughed when they came running. Did you?
I don't know. I mean, I was really embarrassed anyway.
Do you remember the mayor looking around for the wolf?
Not really. Old Mrs. Agnes handed me like a ton of bricks. By the time she left, I was crying.
Joy, what made you think there was a wolf?
I heard a wolf howling. It sounded just like the wolf my aunt heard, the one Mr. Lupine told you about.
Do you still think it was a wolf?
Yes, I do.
Look, Joy, what about the second time? Did you cry wolf then too?
I sure did. It was just before dark. It was really creepy, and I saw something moving in the shadows pretty close to the sheep. I didn't want to take any chances, so I called for help. I read in a book that if you see the wolf right in front of you, it's too late. And anyway, it takes people time to get to the pasture.
But Joey, did you laugh the second time too?
I don't know.
I mean, I was really embarrassed. And the villagers made all kinds of noise getting up to the pasture. And by the time they got there, whatever I saw before wasn't there anymore. I was afraid they not believing me.
Well, Joey, what about the third time?
The third time it was really dark. I made a little campfire I was sitting by when suddenly I heard these footsteps behind me. I turned around and I could see these great big teeth coming at me. Something jumped at me and I started screaming. The next thing I knew, all the villagers were there beside me.
Joey, was it very late at night?
I don't know. I just know it was dark.
Were you asleep, Joey? Was it just a dream?
It all seems just so real. I do think it was a wolf.
Joey, did anybody complain to you about falsely crying wolf or violating the village ordinances after these first 3 times?
No, nobody said anything until after the sheep were lost.
Joey, did you cry wolf the 4th time?
I did. Last September, I was down by the pasture when the wolf came down from the mountain straight to the flock. I called and called for help, but nobody came. I tried to frighten the wolf away with a stick, but I couldn't make it scared of me because I was too scared of it. All I want to do is to protect the pasture.
I have no further questions.
Cross-examine, counsel?
Joey, do you expect us to believe that there was a wolf every time?
Yes, I expected to believe there was a wolf every single time.
Joey, did you laugh the third time that the villagers came?
I don't remember.
Or when admitted. No further questions.
Mr. Wolfgar, you may step down.
The defense rests, Your Honor.
Are there any closing arguments?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may proceed.
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you have heard how 3 times the villagers heard the defendant, Joey Wolfgar, cry wolf, how 3 times they ran to the pasture over by the mountains, and how each and every time they found no wolf, just Joey Wolfgar laughing. He was laughing because he thought it was funny to make them all run that way. But it was not funny at all. And what is the defense? Joey thought there was a wolf every time. Maybe the villagers scared the wolf away on their way to the pasture. Maybe Joey was asleep. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you believe the defendant, he may walk out of this courtroom laughing at all of us, just the way he laughed at the villagers. There can only be one verdict in this case. The defendant is guilty. Thank you.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, common sense should tell us that Joey is guilty. Joey believes there was a wolf every time he called. Maybe he was wrong at first, but don't forget that the wolf really did come. Don't forget that the villagers really did lose their sheep to the wolf when they ignored Joey's call. Don't forget that this whole case only started after the sheep were lost. You should also remember that the villagers who now want Joey to be convicted are the same ones who destroyed any wolf tracks there might have been. Those tracks would have proved that Joey is telling the truth. But no, they were destroyed by the same people who say Joey is lying. And who are these people? The mayor, who never saw a wolf in his life, but wouldn't let anyone else look for one. Miss Agnes and Mr. Shearer, who are both still so mad about having to run up to the pasture that they probably don't know what they saw. Ladies and gentlemen, the real problem here is the mayor. He had complaints about Joey and the noise of his guitar playing. So, he made Joey the shepherd. And that got Joey out of town most of the time. Joey took the job because he loves animals. He had said so, and Mr. Lupine has also said so. Ladies and gentlemen, what happened here was that Joey was caught between 2 laws. One that says you can't cry wolf if there is no wolf, but the other says you must report a wolf if you think there is one around. Joey decided not to take his chances, and the villagers didn't listen to him when it mattered most. And they don't want you to listen to him today. Believe Joey, ladies and gentlemen, and find him not guilty. Thank you.
You have 1 minute for a verdict.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joey admits that he cried wolf. There has been no evidence presented today of any kind to show that there was a wolf, except for the time when the wolf got the sheep. The first 3 times, Joey didn't know whether there was a wolf or not. All he says is that there might have been a wolf. You know, there might be a wolf outside this courtroom right now, but we have no reason to think that there really is. The point is that Joey had no reason to think that there really was a wolf either. This is more than enough for you to find him guilty.
the evidence, I will tell you what the law is. Remember, you must use the law which I tell you about, whether you agree with it or not. Your job is to decide what the facts are, what really happened here. Once you have decided what the facts are, put it together with the law, and then you will have your verdict. To decide what the facts are, you have to decide who told the truth and who didn't. Think carefully about the testimony of each witness. Think carefully about what they said and how they said it. Then decide who you believe. Once you have done that, you'll actually know what happened. The village has charged Joey Wolfcar with breaking the law. The village law says that it is a crime to cry wolf when there is no wolf. In order to find him guilty, you must find that he intended to cry wolf when there was no wolf, that he meant to do it. If you find that he was just careless or mistaken about the wolf, you cannot find him guilty. But if you find that he knew there was no wolf and just shouted wolf anyway just to see all the villagers come running, then you may find him guilty. During your deliberations, listen to each of what your fellow jurors have to say and feel free to change your mind if what you saw at first is not correct. Now, once you have decided what the verdict is, knock on the door and a jury officer will bring you back into the courtroom and you will be asked what the verdict is.
Please rise and follow the deliberation.
沙好一块啊，我那个你那你就说了，人家就说你狗人了。
Reached a verdict?
Yes, we have, Your Honor.
What is the verdict?
We have decided that Joey Wolfcar is not guilty.